We all stand for the pledge, please.
Oh, slow down.
Thank you.
Slow down.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sitting right. Madam Clerk Pro Tem, please call the roll.
Trustee Bender.
Here.
Trustee Altensi. Here. Trustee Sellers.
Here.
Trustee Cook.
Here.
Supervisor Sellers.
Here.
Everyone's here.
Everyone's here. Okay. The first order of business is the approval of minutes for the October 16th, 2017 meeting. Have a motion and a second, please.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Sarah.
There's a mistake in these also. In a motion down here, Trustee Altensi was not here.
It says that, doesn't it?
It's down here that you voted on a motion.
So she was absent.
And it said then here, motion.
Says she voted yes.
Which number? Nick? 5.
Right here.
Under 5.
Right there.
Okay.
Yeah. Just have to get that list.
Has amended been? Hi, Michael.
Hmm?
Has amended. So,
Get in there.
it's just, she just didn't have a vote.
Right, we'll have to look at the video and see.
Right. Well, okay.
Okay. All right. So now,
Any further discussion?
right, any further discussion on the minutes? So now, if there's a mistake in the minutes, or we vote on minutes, if there's a mistake in the minutes, or,
Well, you normally make a motion to amend,
okay,
and then you vote on the amendment, and then after, if the amendment's approved, then there'd be a vote to approve the minutes as corrected or as amended. First is a motion to amend, a motion to approve in a second, then there's a motion to amend, you vote on the motion to amend, and then after discussion, you do the motion to approve as amended.
Mike, get it
Well, you got all that?
okay, I need a motion to amend.
I make a motion to amend the minutes.
So moved.
All right,
All right. Yep. Got it.
so now what's next, Mike?
Well, any discussion on the
Any
amendment?
discussion on the amendment?
Hearing none, have a vote on the amendment.
All right, I need to take a vote on the amendment.
Do we need to like
Is there-
state the amendment?
Well, yeah, well, what,
We need
The
to
amendment is
amend it so
to, yeah,
that
we are changing the,
The motion.
trustee
Correction of the
Alden's motion. We have to find out who made the actual motion.
I did.
You made the motion?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But it says,
it
it's just she voted. It's not that
Oh,
she
okay,
didn't.
okay.
It's
Just
just
that she
she has
voted yes.
to, we have to
Oh,
strike
okay.
that she
We
did,
have
she
to strike
wasn't
it.
here.
She
do
wasn't
have
here.
to strike out.
Okay,
I make a motion that we strike
Yeah.
the yes vote for trustee Aldenson.
okay, so I guess we need a second. She made a motion.
Second.
Okay,
Okay, we're done.
all righty, so,
now you need to have a vote on that amendment.
okay, voice vote?
Yes, sir, it'll be fine.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All righty.
Now,
Now.
any discussion of the minutes at all, and if none, then a vote on to approve the minutes as, the proposed minutes as amended.
Okay.
Okay, so do I need someone to make a motion to approve the
Well, you already have
minutes?
made a
We
motion.
are.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's all in
So
favor?
the vote is only on whether to approve the minutes as amended.
Okay, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All righty.
Motion passed.
Yeah.
Motion passes.
I would my pay.
All right. The next order of business is bills payable. I need a motion and a second, please.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by
Who's
Sellers,
that,
second
Mike?
by Reader. All right. Any questions on bills
can
payable?
the Spigot Networks charges for 1,100 for
Mhm.
admin and 960 for assessor, what does that entail? What are those services?
Well, we actually, Spigot became our service provider for both offices for telephone and internet. We had not had a bill from them, so this is from June through November
Right.
for both offices.
Are you making your checks out now to Freeport Rag
Yes,
rather than the Housing Authority?
yes. Because they are, Freeport Red One LLC are the official owners of both Blueprint and Osmond.
Refresh my memory, RAD means what? Rockford?
Nope,
No,
nope.
What's it
It's a
mean?
HUD term.
Oh,
It
really?
means, residential something development.
Mhm.
It's an experimental program that HUD has established to try to run public housing, or certain segments of public housing, as if it was a privately owned building.
Mhm.
I can tell you
So-
exactly what it is.
We don't own them anymore.
No.
Who's we?
Who we-
The township never owned them.
No,
No,
no.
the Housing
The
Authority.
city did, didn't they?
No, the city never owned
Never
them.
did?
Remember, the housing authority is a county housing authority. It was created by the county
Right.
who had a contract with the city, that the city runs it, but it's actually a county housing authority. At least that's what HUD told me about 14 months ago when we talked about it.
Okay.
So I'll tell you what RAD means in a second.
I don't see that payment on there, Nikki. Where do you see? I just see.
On the back side of the bills.
I just see housing authority. I don't
No, no.
see.
Yeah, no, then there's Freeport Rad.
Why is it just
RAD
a
means
small amount?
rental
Because we
assistance
only have,
demonstration.
Rental assistance.
one
Demonstration.
Oh,
It's a use of the Section 8 housing
One client
vouchers.
that's
and
in-
then-
Oh, I see it.
that's in
One
there, and that's how
section,
much they're renting,
okay.
it's $8.
They're bringing them in.
$8 is the grad rent.
Yeah,
Right.
that was their rent.
That was their rent, because it goes by their income.
Mhm.
Okay.
So what's it stand for?
Rental assistance demonstration.
Right.
It's a new project by HUD to try to, it's kind of along the mixed income approach where they've been trying to stress mixed income housing developments.
Okay, so are there any more questions on claims and demands?
Just a client count.
Mhm. I was gonna get to that. Okay, give me 1 second here, I'm doing the supervisor report. Yes. Okay, now, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Bender,
Aye.
trustee Sellers,
Aye.
trustee Altonsi, trustee Cook,
Yes.
and supervisor Sellers.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Motion passes, okay. The next order of business is the presentation of ordinance 2017 TO-03, the tax levy. Need a motion in a second, please?
So moved.
To approve.
Oh, to approve.
Right.
So moved.
Second.
And then we lay this over for 30 days.
Lay over for 30 days.
So it'll be the, at least December 6th. I'm not sure what the meeting dates are in December.
December 4th.
Probably the 18th then. Because we have to have it laid over for at least 30 days.
December 18th. Okay, December 18th.
And you need a vote on that.
Okay.
Motion to postpone to December 18th.
Okay, I need a motion to postpone to December 18th. Give you guys a chance to
So
vote.
moved.
Okay.
Second.
All right. So it's just, we do a roll call, right? Rather do a roll call. So Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Bender,
Aye.
trustee Altonsi, trustee Sellers,
Aye.
trustee Cook,
Yes.
supervisor Sellers.
Aye. All right. The next order of business is the presentation of Resolution 2017 TR-07, 2018 meeting schedule. Need a motion and a second, please?
So moved. Second.
Motion by,
Is that better?
was it, Nikki, did you motion that or was it Kathy?
Kathy.
Kathy. Motion by Allison.
Once it's 16. We had 16 once. Never mind. I gotta see it.
the city.
Don't know.
We mirrored the city with ours.
It's the same as the cities,
Same as the cities.
too many.
All right, any discussion? Okay. Okay, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Is it a roll call or voice?
Roll call or voice?
Either one, it's not financial, so.
Okay, well, I'll do a voice vote. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right, okay, carries. All right, next order of business is supervisor's report. I'm going to hand out our sixth disbursement from the county. We have one more before year's end. Our plan is to work with the YMCA in the upcoming months to help. They have learning centers that they're going to do throughout the summer to help kids maintain and retain information throughout the summer. So when school starts back up, they don't have to get caught up in order to start learning. So we're going to help out with that to get those different learning centers around. I think they have one already at Parkside on the east side of Freeport at the Monroe Center that they're doing. They're going to do one at the Laurel Street Church. We're going to try and work with them to get one at Westview and try and get a couple more located throughout the city so it can be accessible to parents and to kids throughout the summer.
How are they gonna pick these kids? Or who can go?
Well, there is no picking. If you want your kid to go, your kid can go.
So far, they only have the one.
They have the one right now, and it's an after-school one right now, that they do, and it's at Parkside. So they're pretty much basically focusing now on Taylor Park kids, but they want to open it up to more.
So the Taylor Park School, will it be at the Monroe Center, or
Yeah.
where would it be? Okay.
Monroe Center.
They're gonna be able to use them in their center?
Yes,
Yeah?
and they're opening up in Westview as well.
I think they definitely need to open one at Westview. The kids need that after school that they used to have. Years ago, they came every day, 5 days a week to the center. And I had 2 teachers, retired teachers that came, did their schoolwork. Well, we fed them first, and then did their schoolwork, and then the fun things. But now the kids aren't allowed to go in to the centers.
Why?
They've remodeled them, and they're too nice for the kids. I mean, they can't go in and play basketball.
Why did
Well, that was what the former administration did.
Isn't it for the kids?
Yeah. I mean, even in the summertime when it's 90 degrees, they couldn't go in, where the air conditioner was running. And I just think, the kids really need that. They need it 5 days a week
Oh, I thought they did.
in there.
Are you talking about the housing?
Yeah, housing authority.
I taught in a program over the summer actually, where I was at Westview through the King Center. They have people there after school. I don't know if it's every day, but they feed them, and it's in partnership with the art museum, and that's what I was there for, teaching classes through the art
Oh,
museum.
might have been for that, but they
And
didn't
the
have
King
the regular
Center.
thing.
The King Center was there, and you had to sign up for it though. It wasn't.
All they can all come in.
Well, yeah, you could, but it was like you had to sign up so that you could prepare for it, because it is hard when
Yeah.
you're teaching without knowing who's coming
Yeah.
to prepare for that. But it was pretty fluid, so
I spoke-
anyone who came, I let
Yeah.
them be in my class.
I just spoke with the mayor just before I came down about opening them up again and doing that. Because there is money allocated through their grant money, through the grant money that they always got, to pay people to go there and do that. And there was one of us at each site.
And
So,
I know years ago when I worked as IFRC, I know it was one. They were there too.
Yeah.
Okay. So, are you guys gonna have you said with your partnership, are you just helping, is township just helping financially?
We're gonna
in
help,
that,
we're gonna
or-
help financially, and Jennifer and Shirley are going to also help with with some of the sites. Jennifer, especially with reading,
Mhm.
because from what I heard from the school district, talking to Mr. Shipman, that reading is an issue. The kids need help with reading, so we're gonna try and help focus on that.
What is that in partnership with again?
The YMCA.
And they're funding it as well?
Yep, they're funding as well. They're funding through grants. I would like to help keep it going throughout the summer. Reason being, as I said before, when kids are out of school in the summer, they lose a lot of information that they were taught throughout the school year. When they come back, they have to get caught back up to speed before they start learning new stuff. If we can find a way to help bridge that gap to where when they start up to school, they just start up with learning new stuff, it helps them along throughout the year. So
So
that was my
you're
plan.
telling me now that, I guess, what I'm understanding is, right now they have it through the Y, that they're doing all of this.
Yes.
But you want to
Help to extend
help to
throughout the
extend
summer.
it through the
Yes.
summer? Okay,
Yes.
okay. For some reason, I was thinking that it was a summer program,
No.
but you
no.
were just getting ready now, okay,
Mhm. To help them
Okay.
extend throughout the summer.
okay.
So,
When would we see, will we see budgeting for that?
oh yeah, yeah. We'll start the budgeting process here real soon. It should be starting real quick. So yeah. All right. Trustee Cook, we have 27 clients. We have 5 pending. We had 3 returned. And we had to terminate 3.
Can we know why?
Well,
That-
one of the main reasons why, pretty much the only reason why, if you don't comply with community work and training. That's pretty much the only reason why we can terminate you. If you don't comply, if you are no call, no show at a work site, or if you show up to a work site and don't do what you're supposed to do, we can terminate you for those reasons. That's pretty much the only reason why we can terminate someone.
How many was that again? Terminated?
3.
3 returned, 3 terminated?
Mhm. All right? Okay. Next order of business is the assessor's report.
Okay, from my office, we have 10 appeals to date. The last date of file is Thursday. We're all very excited about that, of course. TOI sends us updates, emails, and everybody needs to be paying attention to Senate Bill 851. Senate Bill 851, and you can always tell when it's an election year statewide, has decided to attack property tax exemptions, increasing. Owner-occupied would go from $5,000 to $8,000.
Oh,
Senior homestead exemption would go from $6,000 to $10,000.
wow, that's good.
Oh, it's good, all right. Now, mind you, we were given earlier this year that approximately we lose $480,000 in assessed values because of single-family rentals that also apply for owner occupancy based, and as long as they place it in the lease. So that's like $60-some thousand out of our pockets. So I'm just trying to give you an idea. That's a Senate bill you want to watch. It's also impacting the levy, and they are also trying to do a property tax freeze. Now, my comments on this is, this all looks good on paper. It's all done by the state. The state is not impacted, but the local is definitely impacted. Remember, township runs almost 100% solely off of property taxes. So when you start to increase these exemptions, then your base is going to go down, and that means we are going to get less to operate. So I'll give you more of updates as that comes through, but
Does that, you and I talked about my neighbor that owns a house right next door, and he works for the railroad, and he's now renting it out because the people that are living in it work for the railroad, so it's like a seasonal, maybe a 6-month thing. And I wondered about the owner occupied. and
If he
said
applies for it,
can do
and
that.
if he applies for it and it shows his lease that a portion of his rent goes to the tax bill, yes, they can.
Yes.
So, anyway, it's, I call these, and I've said it before, these are nothing more than feel-good. It makes the senators and the representatives look good, but the impact here is substantially harsh, so.
So, if I'm hearing this clearly, there's greater tax benefits for the property owner, but it's cutting the township budget because of the,
Not budget, it's impacting our equalized assessed, it's impacting our equalized assessed value. That's not just for township, that's for the schools, that's for the city, that's for the county, that's for any taxing body.
okay.
It impacts all of us. So, anyway, that's all I have.
Okay. Next order of business is trustees report. Trustees.
Besides the program that you're doing, you're gonna be with the Y, are there any other programs that you guys are looking in for, maybe the youth or the teenagers or something, just to...
There is a program that we're putting together, and we'll get invitations out to all the board members coming up later on this month in November. Once the invitations are all finished, we'll send them out to each board member. What this program is about is to help to try and encourage our youth. We have a young speaker coming in who's Miss Georgia, to come and speak to the youth about encouragement and giving them some encouraging words to help them move forward. So there's also a program that I've been writing on. It's entitled the Elevate Yourself program for young men. This program, I've been working on it for almost a year and a half, 2 years. It's a pretty intense program, and I would like to try and introduce it this summer if at all possible. And it's for young men between 17 and 21 years old. So trying to reach demographics that's pretty much hasn't been reached and needs to be reached, because if you see the impacts on our streets, a lot of the things that are happening is happening within that age group. So we need to find a way to touch that age group. Not just, and I know it seems like it's outside of township scope, but really it's not. Because if we don't reach these young people, these young men, pretty soon they're going to end up on township assistance. And then, we have to try and help them that way. So if we can help them to help themselves right now, it'll help us all out more in the future. So that's the reason why the program has been written, and it's being written. It's still not done yet. Still some more research to be done. But it will be introduced this summer, and it's going to be pretty intense. So I'll keep you guys abreast on how it's going and when it starts. And the first time we have it, I'll invite the board to be there, and I'm going to teach it. So this is outside of my comfort zone, honestly, because I'm not the type of teaching person, but something has to be done. So, and I feel that we need to be the ones to help out. So.
Well, I've thought about it, because I know a lot of times when we get those books that we get from township, I'm always seeing in there how other townships are doing so much with their youth, and doing scholarships or doing other different things, and I'm thinking, why don't we ever do anything to help our youth? Which you see a lot of townships doing something
We
with
did
their
at
youth.
one time, we used to do Project Prosper, and that went over really, really well. And Nikki and I were both mentors for several girls, and that's an option too.
That's a good
Bringing
program.
that back.
I've looked into that program. I'll send out the information about it. So.
I would love to be a mentor again.
Okay.
Okay.
All
That's
right.
all I have.
Okay. Are there any public comments?
What was that Young Men's program called again?
Elevate yourself.
What kind of activities would be involved? Do
Activity.
you think?
Well, I'll be teaching about self-discipline, self-respect, controlling anger, things of that nature. Things that young men at that age really have a problem with, because they have a problem with it too. So helping them to cope with things that are going on around them in the city, in the schools, in the streets. Because a lot of times, a lot of things that happen at school started on the street, that is carried to the school, or started at school and carried to the streets, or to the billboards, or anywhere else. So, just reaching out to those young men and helping them to learn different coping mechanisms.
And very quickly, what's the estimated reach of that program?
Far as how many
people do you think will be involved in that program?
As many as I can reach.
Okay. Okay.
As many as I can reach.
Thank you.
Along those lines, it would be the outreach to get kids into a program like that, or youth, I guess they're not really.
Well, a lot of these young men that are at risk, I have been in school, so I have a good relationship with them. Anyway, and I see them a lot of times. I'm at the Boys and Girls Club quite a bit. I've done different basketball camps and all this stuff, so I'll reach out to them on a personal level and invite them. And one thing about it, if you have something worth talking to them about, they're going to bring their friends with them. And we got some things worth talking to them about. So I'm going to rely a lot on word of mouth. I'm going to rely a lot on referrals, parent referrals, because I hear parents all the time, man, can you do something to help me with my son? These are not just mothers, these are fathers as well. I mean, I need help, with my son. So this is something that we can offer that's needed and that people are asking for. So why not fill a void that we're having? So.
And I do also think that the kids want something to
Yes.
do, want somewhere to go, want to be involved,
Right.
because they had on TV just the other day, James Cooley working with the youth basketball
Yes.
team, and he started out with 2 or 3 teams, and now he has like 8 teams.
Yeah.
That just shows that the kids want to do something.
Yes.
They want to be involved in something.
Yeah.
And really, if you look at Freeport, what is it really
Right.
for them to be a part of? And so I think kids want to be a part of something. So if something is out there, I think they will at least come and see. So if it's something that they want to be a part of, I think they will come.
Absolutely. Any other public comments? Please stand and come a little closer. Yep, right.
Next to me.
Yes.
We're neighbors.
Okay.
Steve Carroll, 811 Oak in Freeport. What you were just talking about, young men between the ages of 17 and 21 being somewhat at risk. What about the young ladies? Because didn't a fight start at the high school that the high school administration is in total denial about? So I think offer something for them too.
Absolutely.
After all, Patrick, you work exclusively with women.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I get bossed around all day
Be
long.
careful. So, thank you.
Very careful.
Yeah,
With one exception.
right, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I apologize.
That's right.
They're working and on board.
Yes. Okay, is there any other business to come before the town? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn till Monday, November 20th, 2017 at 5:30.
Second.
Motion by Selby, second by Benjamin. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All righty.